Hey guys, hey, it's Mr. Lindy here. I'm doing this to talk about we're going to do the multiplying fractions review, and I just want to go over each of them so you can study, rewind, go back and forth, see what you need to go over, or even what you need to ask me, what kind of questions you have for our test coming up. So I'm going to just go run through each of them, see what you have. You can check them, and then, like I said, once again, if you have any problems, you can come and ask me. Okay, let's start with the beginning. The ones that you have that are a lot of people have been struggling with are the reducing. And you have 28 over 63. And what you need to figure out is that you need to divide them both by 7. You end up getting 4/9. So there's that one. Then we have the next one is 144 divided by 248. And this one is going to be kind of fun because it's big, and then I'm not going to figure out the factors of this one. We're just going to divide by 2 because they're both even. As long as the numbers are both even, you can divide by 2. So half of 144 is 72. Half of 248 is 124. Then you're going to divide by 2 again because they're both even. So we're going to get 36 over 62. Then we're going to divide by 2 again because they're still both even. You're going to get 18 over 31, and there's your answer. And how do I know that I'm finished? Is that anything that is a factor of 18 cannot go into 31. 31 is a prime number, and there's nothing else but 1 and 31 to go into it. Okay? And the last one, 36 over 54. And how I figure it out is I'm going to do it over on this side over here to show you a couple things. I write 1 and 36, 2 and 18. I don't really know my 18s real well, so I'm going to stay away from that. 3 and 12, 4 and 9, and then 6. Those are all the factors of 36. Now what I want to do is see if any of those go into 54. I know for a fact that 9 goes into 54, so I'm going to divide them both by 9. 36 divided by 9 equals 4, and 54 divided by 9 equals 6. Now I have 4, 6, and that one still needs to reduce because they're both still even numbers. Divide them by 2, and you get 2/3. If you really got it, you could have done 18, but I didn't. I wanted to do it something where you could see that use the numbers that you know to get your answer. Okay? Now let's go to the dots. You have 18 times 2/3. This is a dot method. The 18 means how many dots there are. The 3 means the rows. The 2 means how many you circle in the rows. Okay? So let's make 18 with rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, you have 18 rows of 3, and now I need to circle 2 out of the 3. 2 out of 3, 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 and 2 out of 3. Now all you got to do is count what you circled. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Your answer to that one is 12. Okay? Now let's go to our next one, 24 and 5, 6. 24 times 5, 6. Okay, here we go. So 24 dots. We need rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, and now I have to circle 5 out of the 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. And there you go. And another way to look at this one, if you want to check it, take this 24, divide it by the denominator. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. Then multiply it by the top. 4 times 5 is 20. So the answer, it should match. Okay? And the last one, 36 times 4/9. So before I do it, we should get this answer. Let's say 36 divided by 9 is 4. Times 4 is 16. So we should get 16 as our answer. So let's check it out. 36 dots, 9 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, 36. And we need to circle 4 out of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them: 4, 8, 12, 16. There it is. Great. Next, we are multiplying fractions by a whole number. So we have 4/7 times 14. What I like to do is, you guys know it, I like to put a 1 underneath the 14 so we don't get confused when we multiply straight across. All right, on this one, before I multiply straight across, I also like to look at the diagonals and see if any of these numbers can go into each other. Can 7 go into 14? Yes, it can. It can go in 2 times. 7 goes in 7 1 time. Now we multiply straight across, and we have 8 over 1, which equals 8. There's the first one. Let's go 11/15 times 20. Or times 30, I'm sorry. Times 30. I like to put it over 1 once again. So now if you look diagonal, right here and right here, you know 15 goes into 30 2 times. And now we multiply straight across. 11 times 2 is 22 over 1, which equals 22. So your answer to that one is 22. Keep moving. 4/5 times 8. And I put it over 1. Now, if you look at this one, if you look diagonal, nothing can divide into each other. 5 cannot divide into 8 equally, and 4 and 1 are pretty much done. So we're going to have to multiply straight across. 4 times 8 is 32. And then 5 times 1 is 5. Now, I don't like the improper fraction, so 5 goes into 32 6 times, with 2/5 left over. There you go. There's your answers there. Now let's go to the multiply fractions by fractions. You have 1/2 times 8/9. Now on this one, I always look for the cross multiply or the cross reduce. Let's look at it. The 2, does 2 go into 8? Yes, it does. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now you multiply straight across, equals 4/9. Now, a lot of people wonder, hey, why do I keep doing that? I like to reduce my stuff before I multiply them. It saves me at the end. When I have to multiply at the end, the numbers are usually bigger. So this one right here, it was a simple one to reduce. Go ahead and give that a go, guys. Next, 12 over 15 times 5 over 36. This one's kind of a fun one. If you look at it, we're going to be able to reduce both ways. So start here. 12 goes into 36 3 times. 12 goes into 12 1 time. 5 goes into 15 3 times. So they have 1/3 times 1/3. That's our new problem. A lot easier than the other one. And that equals 1/9. Next, this one is a totally different problem altogether. It's a multiply by fraction, but it has a different technique that you can use. Okay? So this one, when you look side to side, diagonal, you might be able to get into 2, into 90 and 84, but I don't want to look at that way. This time you can also reduce up and down. You can reduce the fraction before you multiply. And what you got to figure out is what goes into 84 and 96. I know my 12s real well, and 12 goes into both of them. 84 divided by 12 is 7. 96 divided by 12 is 8. So instead of 84 over 96, I have 7/8. And then over here, this one was a little tough. I had students say that 5, but I also want to let you know 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, and then 90. So 15 goes into each of these. So 15 goes into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then 6 into 90. So we have a nice simple problem. Instead of 84 over 96 times 75 over 90, we have 7/8 times 5/6. And you'll see 35 over 48. That's a lot simpler, a lot easier problem for me. Okay. Next ones. I'm gonna do one of the drawing ones. I'm just gonna try to draw best I can real fast. And this is the very, that's number 5. The first one is 3/4 times 3/4. Now you guys have done a lot of these. You know that if you multiply straight across, your answer should be 9/16. So on this one, what you need to do is you need to shade in 3/4 going down. So there's 1/4. There's 2/4. There's 3 out of 4 going down. Now, what I like to do is I like to go the other way. So now the other 3/4 we need to go left to right, and we need to do 3 out of 4. There's 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of 4. And now all you got to do is look where they're in this area right here, where they're all the 2 different colors, and count them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. That is your numerator. And then count all the total blocks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. If you look up at the top, they're the same thing. There you go, guys. So I did do one of those for you. Okay, next, let's go to the back. These are the ones that a lot of you are having trouble with. Mixed numbers times mixed numbers. 4 4/5 times 6 2/3. Okay. First step, make them improper fractions. So 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4 is 24 over 5, times 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 20 over 3. And now we can multiply, but before we multiply, I'd like to reduce by looking across. Let's see, 3 definitely goes into 24. 8 times 3 goes into 3 once. 5 goes into 5 once, but it also goes into 24 times. Now multiply straight across, you have 32. 32 over 1, and then 32. Okay, there's that one. Let's do the next one. 5 1/3 times 7 2/4. So once again, change them into improper fractions. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16 over 3, times 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30 over 4. Okay, if you look at it, there's definitely, you can compare some of these. 3 goes into 30 10 times. 3 goes into 3 once. 4 goes into 16 4 times. Now you go across. 4 times 10 is 40 over 1 equals 40. Nice and easy problem when you cross reduce. Okay. Next, 3 2/8 times 1 3/7. Once again, improper fraction. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 is 26 over 8, times 1 times 7. 7 plus 3 is 10 sevenths. Now, not a lot can be done here, except for I can change a couple of these just like this. Let's say 8 and 10 can be divided by 2, so we get 4 and 5. But then I like to look at the 26 over 4, and they're still even. So let's divide these by 2. And now we have 13 over 2 times 5 over 7. Now I know that was a lot of changing right there, but this makes the problem so much easier. Now 13 times 5, you go over here and you have to do it this way. It's no big deal. You have 65, because we're multiplying straight across now. And then 2 times 7 is 14. So now let's look at how many times we have this. This is an answer, but I'd like it to be changed. Let's make a list of my 14s, and we'll see how many times 14 goes into 65. 14, 28, 42, 56, 70. Okay, so we know that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then there's 9 left over 14. So there's your answer, 4 9/14. Okay, and then now to the big one that I ended it on to see what you guys have come up with. We have 11 and 5/6 times 12 and 4/5. Now, these are big numbers. You got to be careful when you're doing these. So 11 times 6 is 66 plus 5 is 71 over 6 times 12 times 5 is 64 over 5. Now, you can look at them and say, okay, is there anything I can do? First one that I want to do is this way right across. I want to look and I can divide them both by 2. At least we make them a little bit smaller. So take half of each. So now it's 32 and 3. Okay, so we're good there. Now we can't do 5 and 71, so now we got to multiply across. Now this is where some people are going to run into some trouble, but this also gives us practice for multiplying with multiple digits. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 7 is 14. Remember to put your placeholder 0 in, okay? Now 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, so now we have 2, 7, 2, 2. So 2272 should be the numerator, 2,272 divided by, and we have 3 times 5 right here is 15. Now, you give me that, you've made it pretty far. That's a pretty good try. Now I'm going to get the real answer. Let's see. I'm going to do a little long division over here. So 2,272 divided by 15. Changing the pen. 15 goes into 22 once. Subtract it 7. Drop down to 7. All right, now 15s. I'm going to make my list. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. Okay, here we go. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times right there. So 75, 22, 15 goes in 1 time, 15, and we have a remainder of 7. So we have a remainder of 7. So what I'm going to do now is this equals this number up here, 151, and 7 over 15. So pretty neat problem, a lot of work, a lot of hard figuring out, but you guys are really good at these. Just take it step by step. If you ever get caught, you can always ask me. All right, so there's your whole review. If you have any questions, make sure you see me tomorrow. We're going to go over a little more, or if you need to see a little more reducing or multiplying, let me know. All right, guys, there's your review. Good luck on the test.